والسلام الخوت، السلام عليكم، مرحبا بكم في هذا الفيديو الجديد اللي غادي يكون تيتضمن ناس امريكيين ومواطنين امريكيين اللي غادي يعاودوا لنا على التجربه ديالهم في وباء كورونا وكيفاش تضرروا بها وكيف كيدوزوا ايامهم والخدمه ديالهم والى اخره. وبطبيعه الحال غادي يقولوا انه هذا راه درس كبير للبشريه بصفه عامه، وانه حتى شي قوه ما كاينه من غير قوه الله بطبيعه الحال سبحانه وتعالى. وبهذا غادي نشوفوا في هذا الفيديو هذا انهم غادي يعطيونا بزاف ديال التجارب وبزاف ديال الخبرات اللي تعلموها في ظل هذه الظروف هذه، وكيفاش يتعلموا انهم يعتمدوا على راسهم طبيعي.
Hey, my name is Brianna, also known as Manhattan Online. Basically, when the virus hit out, it didn't affect me too much. I was working in the tech industry, and I am fortunate enough to work from home. A lot of my friends weren't as fortunate, so especially people that do service industry jobs. So a lot of people were laid off. A lot of people that I know moved in back with their parents too. So it's just a really hard time for a lot of people. The social distancing isn't too bad for me. I'm usually a homebody and keep to myself.
So you serve yourself out?
Yeah. So I mean,
you cook, you prepare meat, and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I love cooking at home anyways. I felt like it just gave me more time to do a lot of things I normally do, like art, read, play video games. So it wasn't too bad for me. A lot of my friends are a lot more social, so they're the ones that drag me places. That's why I'm here, actually. This is actually the first time I've been out in months.
In months?
Yeah.
For almost how many months? Let's say 2 months.
More than that.
The pandemic started at the beginning of March, of course.
Yeah, I actually more work allowed us to stay home earlier, so
it's just with your work. You stay at home just for working and cooking and doing your stuff at home.
Yeah.
So it doesn't need to go out to buy grocery or other things.
I live right by a grocery store, so it was it takes a really long time to get groceries, but yeah, it didn't affect me too bad.
It's kind of bad to go, like, for example, to coffee shops or markets or stores and wait for almost 30 minutes just to get a cup of coffee.
Yeah, it's hard.
Like
there's a few Chinese places that I live right around, and they're totally packed. Thankfully, they're still getting business. But like, honestly, I don't mind waiting. I'm more concerned about businesses right now.
So you're a patient person.
Yes.
More patient, of course.
Yeah, I'm okay with waiting and keeping my distance. I just really hope that small shops, especially small businesses that open this year, I'm sure they're having a really hard time. Frankly,
for example, for their employees and getting their money, let's say their payments, of course.
Yeah.
It's kind of bad for them.
Well, a lot of places can't even stay open. You know, they're not deemed as essential businesses, so it's really hard to manage a business right now. So, one of my neighbors managed. He's in the restaurant business, and he just opened his own place, and then he had to shut down. So, and he won't be able to open it again. So, it's really shitty. It's hard for a lot of people. And you know,
but what can you think about it? Is it a negative or positive thing for, let's say, for San Francisco? Not saying the whole worldwide.
For San Francisco, I don't think it's a good thing. I think there's a lot of businesses that are really struggling, and we're struggling as it is. And then when this pandemic came along, I am really fearful for what blocks on the hate, blocks in the mission are going to look like after this. I really hope I hope once everybody starts coming out, people start spending money at local businesses. Yeah.
Sounds like a good deal. So what I'm gonna say now is thank you for sharing your experience.
Yeah.
God bless you and have a good day, of course.
Yeah,
okay?
bye.
Thank you so much.
Should I introduce myself now?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Olga. I'm from Russia originally. So Corona didn't really affect my work since I'm working in recruiting, and I'm just a recruiter, so I can work from home. So I'm basically doing the same things I've been doing in the office, just sitting on my sofa, and honestly, I mean, it's a nice change, but other than that, everything sucks, so yeah. that's my experience.
What about your work? Did they reduce your work hours or not?
No, it's all the same. It's all the same because we work for like big tech companies, and the big tech companies always need people. So nobody will reduce things. We work the same. Like honestly, it's all the same. Just another place.
Okay, so thank you for sharing your experience. Catch you later. Thank you so much.
Bye.
So here you are. You can go.
Yes. Hey, my name is Peter, and I live here for like about 6 years now. Yeah, it's been an interesting time.
And how is your experience about, let's say, your work? Did they reduce your work hours and other stuff?
Well,
and for
luckily,
the markets and the Walmart and etc.
Yeah, no, I mean for me, I luckily still have my job full time, so I don't have reduced hours. I actually work in this building. I was just trying to get into the office. I couldn't get in because like they revoked access, so I can't even get into my office. But like I work from home all the time now, and for me it's okay, right? But like I mean so many people, also the tech companies had a
so
lot of
you're
layoffs.
doing your work from your computer, let's say that. Just with internet.
Yeah, and we use like conference call software.
And it's not very stressful.
No.
Okay.
No, it's great. Actually, working from home is nice, but I wish sometimes I could go here and work from the office because
It's very good to come to your office and other stuff like that.
Yes, for
Okay,
sure.
so what about, let's say, the markets and the coffee shops and
I think everywhere you go, you have to stand in line. So it's like it's a different experience,
distance
right?
and other stuff.
Yeah, it's like now it's like common practice that you have to, already when you go to the grocery store, you have to take 20-30 minutes extra because you're gonna have to stand in line and wait for you to get in. But I mean, honestly, if that's all,
It's good for health, but waiting for so long is so bad.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's a good way for us to think about how luxurious our lives are. How it's really
And
nice.
we can start our lives again and again.
Yeah, but it's nice to, like, we always have. It's kind of obvious for us to have access to groceries like that, and now it's actually something that you think about for like twice, and you're like, well, it's not that obvious, So like, it helps to become more conscious of how we are spoiled and have all this, stuff ready for us all the time, So I think it's good in that regard. But so I just bike from the other side of the city. So if you go a little further down Market Street, like the financial district and like that whole area, it's a complete shit show right now. So it's like it feels like you're going through a war zone. There's people everywhere, like intense on the street. People are just like flat out.
Is there any lockdown over there?
Everywhere, but the thing is that this city, San Francisco, is such a crazy contrast between rich and poor people. You look around, there's like extremely expensive apartments that people live in, and they have these beautiful gyms and they have everything they want. And, this is a Twitter building, talking about wealth. All these people who work at Twitter, like they have great salaries, they have like great lives, they can buy whatever they want, they can do whatever they want. And you go down the street, or you go up this street here, you're gonna see people with needles in their arms, like people who are completely mentally messed up or like
drug addicted and etc.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about that. So people think about San Francisco, oh, beautiful city, Golden Gate Bridge, like all these beautiful things. But it's also that, It's like not just beautiful. And I think that's a problem.
That's
this
the
city
negative
has.
point about let's say San Francisco.
For sure. I think the city really needs to work on figuring out
cleaning its homeless.
Yeah, but like figuring out the equality gap, because you have such rich people and you have such poor people. Like how can we level up, and spread that wealth to everyone? And that includes me, right? Like, because I work in tech. I'm one of those people who gentrifies. Like, I pay a lot of money for rent every month. But like, what can I do to contribute and to help other people? Because, I mean, it's so sad. It's like, I was biking through it, and I went from having a smile on my face to being like super sad. I was like, what
Exhausted.
is this? Yeah, and there's a guy, who's just standing there peeing, right, like in front of everyone, and it's just, it's like it's hard to realize that, when you think of this beautiful San Francisco, but that's the reality.
But there are a lot of, let's say, good places to visit, a lot of monuments and other stuff.
Yeah.
But the most negative point about living here, it's about just its homeless and its way of living.
Yeah.
That's the only problem, I think.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen it already?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Yeah. What do you think?
I saw some, let's say, a lot of homelessness, a lot of dirty places to go in.
Yeah.
And a lot of drug addicted.
Yeah.
And they're all of time stoned. they're just chilling, and
Yeah.
that's a problem, of course.
Yeah.
And they're not even clean. Let's
Well,
say
you
in
know,
their
it-
minds, in their clothes,
Yeah.
and
But it's
their
you know,
habits.
I don't think they are the problem. I think the problem is the system.
uh-huh,
You know, I don't know what this guy is saying, but like here's someone who's like shouting, right?
uh-huh.
And this is like you every day here on Market Street, you're gonna hear things, you're gonna see things, and you're gonna be mind blown, man. It's like what the fuck is going on over here, you know? And
So-
and this is happening right next to the people who pay crazy amounts of money for and they walk around with their cool AirPods and like everything, you know, like
Just to avoid hearing those voices.
yeah, and on their booster boards, like I don't know if you've seen them, right? Like the
Uh-huh.
electric skateboards. And,
Uh-huh, yeah.
it's weird, man. It's weird. And normally, so there's a lot of nice restaurants. Like people are used to go to the restaurant every night of the week. I just like I go to a restaurant and pay $50 and that's my meal. But that's standard for a lot of people. And it shouldn't be. And so one thing that I appreciate about Corona and this whole situation is people start to realize like, oh wait a second, maybe I'm living my life a little bit too much as a capitalist and a consumer. Like I consume too many things. I want something, I order it on Amazon and it's dropped off at my doorstep the next day. You know, so we are so used to a life which is so luxurious. You know, I want to go from A to B, I call a Lyft on my phone, right, or Uber, and they bring me over. And the fact that it costs money, well, you know, we have plenty of. So it's like that is coming to a halt, and we think about it, and it's like, oh, maybe
It's like
I should
paying less for living more.
yeah, maybe I should cook for myself more and live more sustainably, you know, and like I think we need to take care of each other more, and that's also interesting now. You see a lot of restaurants.
It's good
that-
for social,
yeah.
for let's say for community.
Yeah, but then the question is, do we really take care of one another? Because that, like I said, you go over there and film that stuff. It's just it's like a horror movie. Really, it's like what the fuck is going on, you know? So anyway, that's kind of a couple of like 2 cents of what I think.
You said, what's the question?
It's just about the social distance lines in markets and the restaurants and other stuff.
I think the lines are important. I mean, you see it everywhere, 6 feet apart. So if we need to be 6 feet apart to be able to open up stores and get people back to normal, then I'm fine with social distancing.
What about this unemployment insurance that the government has gave to people?
It's nice in theory. You hear about unemployment insurance, but you hear about people that are on the phone for hours that can't get anybody, people that have filed paperwork after paperwork but still aren't getting their money. I think that it's a travesty and a shame that people don't have incomes coming in right now.
Well, what about your job? Did they reduce your work hours or did they stay the same?
No, I actually got a promotion during the pandemic, so I'm in pretty good shape. But I realize that is not the case for a lot of people. I'm very lucky. That's not the case for a lot of people.
So thank you for sharing your experience.
Yes, of
God
course.
bless you and have a good day. sir.
God bless
Thank
you.
So
Same to
tell
you.
me, how are you doing with this social distance life and this quarantine?
I'm actually doing okay. I started a new job right as we were sheltering in place. Started working from home, so the timing was great. I've worked from home for many years, so it's had very little impact on me from that standpoint.
So it doesn't affect you a lot, let's say that.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And how can you stand this social distance life?
I guess I'm a pretty independent person, kind of a loner,
So you all alone, you do all your stuff all alone, or kind of that?
pretty much.
Sounds amazing. How can you say about this corona that affected the whole worldwide? Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a bad thing because so many people have died from it.
Yeah, we know that people die, but about let's say about the health, about the environment and everything, is it a good thing?
I think sheltering, social distancing is a good thing because as a result of what's going on. You know, I'm tired of it, but you know the consequences are much worse. You know, so you know from that.
We are obliged to do it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I miss going out on the weekends and spending time with friends.
Of course, you miss going out, you miss drinking
Yeah.
with your friends, going out to restaurants, and other things.
But I'm saving some money.
It's good for saving money, of course.
Yeah.
Keeping yourself at home, working from home, cooking for yourself, being let's say, dependent for yourself to learn how to cook, how to clean, and other good stuff. It's such a good thing, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what I'm gonna say is thank you so much for your experience, for sharing your experience, of course, and thank you for your time. God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
You too. Okay, you can say your name, of course, and you can say whatever you want about this pandemic.
Alright, my name's Aaron. Going to school right now sucks because I can't see all my friends and I have to stay in the house. But I'm still able to keep my grades up. I'm a 4.0 student. Just trying to make it until this is all over.
Can I ask about your course of study?
What do you mean? Oh, I'm a 10th grader.
Yeah. What you study? Which field, of course?
Oh, okay. I guess art because I get to build things.
Okay, sounds good. And how can you stand these social distance lines and being in a lockdown, not seeing your friends, hanging out with them and other stuff?
It's hard because I start missing the outside, and it's like I miss my freedom and stuff like that. And like I used to be an
It
inside
kind of
kid.
sucks.
Yeah, I used to be an inside kid, but now like this changed. Like I want to be outside now.
Okay, thank you. What about you, miss? What
Hi,
can you
my
say?
name is Paola, and this really affected me because, you know, I can't go to school, I can't go inside a store without wearing a mask. There are times where I want to get food, but I can't because I forgot my mask. And it's just really hard because you're used to like being around so many people, but now it's like you have to stay away from, and it's really gonna change the future. And yeah, pretty much.
What about you, boss?
I mean, honestly, to begin with, I don't really like school because I think school is pointless. It doesn't really teach us anything necessary for life. So like this pandemic has been pretty good to me. I've been meditating, chilling, achieving.
How can you stand these social distance lines?
I'm not really tripping off it.
So you don't go out, you don't buy
I
anything?
go out.
No, you don't go out to buy any groceries or things like that?
I do.
You do? So how can you stand it? Staying in lines for almost 30 minutes or something like that?
I'm a pretty patient person.
So no problem with waiting?
No problem.
Okay. So what about your studies?
Music. And
Yeah. But how did it affect your studies? Did they reduce you?
made me like kind of not creative at all.
So it didn't give any negative sense. Okay. So thank you for sharing your experience. God bless you. Okay. Thank you so much.
Well, my name's Kent, and I live near the park, and I feel really grateful to have access to green space and have access to food, and I feel like I'm really lucky that I'm healthy so far, and I don't know anyone who has coronavirus yet. I don't know anyone who's died from it. So within my family and friends, I feel like I'm really fortunate that I'm doing really well so far, and I hope that the worst is over. I don't know if it is or isn't, but I hope we get a vaccine soon. I hope we get testing soon, and I hope that fewer people are going to die.
And let's say, what about your work hours? Did they reduce your work
I'm just working from home part-time.
How can you stand this social distancing line?
Oh, I think
In coffee shops and markets and stores?
I come to the park on weekdays when it's not crowded and do yoga and ride my bike for
so
exercise.
it's like it didn't affect you that much.
Yeah,
It's just staying away from people, keeping yourself
hard.
away.
Yeah, I mean it's hard like psychically and emotionally to not visit friends and not like hang out with
Hanging
a
out.
group of friends in the park, you know, but other than that, you know, we're all doing the best we can, right?
So thank you for sharing your experience.
Yeah, right on.
God bless you and have a good day.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. What's your name?
Everything in the city is on shutdown. There's really not much to do except go out, get
To buy
food,
grocery.
come back. I don't think this is going to end. This is gonna cause let's say they extend this another 6 months, right? But then they stop it. We're gonna suffer from psychologically from what I would call the COVID whatever, because we're all still gonna be a little weird about getting close to each other. You know what I mean? It's not gonna.
It's just about the social distancing.
Yeah, it's not gonna go away overnight. Even though COVID's gone, people are still gonna be acting weird and.
Let's say something that it taught us how to be dependent, how to start cooking for ourselves, and how to serve ourselves.
Yes, actually, that is a big thing, because we've all had to fend for ourselves. And used to, before COVID, that just meant picking up the phone, ordering food.
Ordering, of course, yeah.
Now
going
you
out
actually
to eat with friends and other stuff.
Yeah, now you actually have to cook your food. you have to shop for your food. You know, so it's a lot different. For me, it's actually not that different. I live just up here and to the right about a block and a half, so I don't live far. But living inside is actually new for me. I've spent the last 15 years outside, kind of traveling.
Where exactly?
Everywhere but Hawaii. Only because there's no...
Just traveling, or let's say hippies traveling?
Basically. Basically, if you had to describe it, or I don't want to say dumb it down to some viewers, but if that's how you were to put it, yeah.
We can say that you're kind of following music, festivals, and going to see bands, and since you're a metalhead fan. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. So what can you say about this social distancing? Is it a good thing? But after this corona will end, we'll have done, or is it a bad thing to keep social distancing from people?
Honestly, I don't know. That goes back to what I was saying about it being hard for people to reconnect after.
Not being too much social.
Yeah, it's going to take a while for people to reconnect, but
it's gonna get more slower.
Yeah, a lot slower. That could be good, that could be bad, you know, because these days people run at 100 miles an hour and are just doing everything, blah, 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 fast. And this has slowed everything down to a crawl. So
let's say
it could have its perks, you know.
For example, when do you think this corona shit will be done or end?
Honestly, I think we're gonna have a big, we're gonna have another outbreak.
And we can say that it's good for the worldwide, this break, for the population, of course, for the environment and for the community, to, let's say, to keep the places clean, to clean the weather and things like that. It's such a good thing, let's say that.
Yeah.
Seeing people dying every day and every night and every afternoon is a bad thing, without giving them, let's say, medicines or drugs.
Let's see, COVID-19 death toll. I just want the statistics. Right now, California leads at 2,000 per day.
Per day?
Per day.
So it's like, I'm gonna say it in Arabic now, 2000 في اليوم. It's like 200 person per each day. Right? Is that it?
Let's see. Here, I'll actually just show you the United States. These are actually new cases. Let's see if the overview has more of a. You can never really find what you want when you're statistics. So from March 24th to today, it's been, you know, going up, down, up, down.
Oh yeah, it is.
Kind of a tick. Just been ticking.
Hopefully, we hope that it won't get to 3,000.
Yeah, and the bad thing is, if you look, it doesn't have the button, but I do analytics, you know, web development and stuff. if you look at the trend, it's still going up.
Up, yeah. It doesn't go up, go down.
It doesn't go down. Like in whole, it's still going up. So that's something to think about.
So what I'm gonna say now is thank you for sharing your experience, and have a good day, and thank you for your time.
Air high five.
We shake hands like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And we do that later.
Yeah. I don't mind.
So thank you so much.